Okay, welcome to the Amerasian Small Talk Part 3. And I'm really happy to have this new friend of mine here. And she's here to the Amerasian event, and she is happy to share her life story. So let me ask you, what is your name?
Win Hong Tan T Win.
Okay, and let me hear about your life story. How come you end up in the US?
I came under Operation Baby Lift on April 14, 1975. I found my American dad, but I'm looking for my Chinese Vietnamese mom.
Wow, that's quite a story. So you say your father, he was from Greek, right?
My
Greek?
dad is Greek and English.
Wow, I mean, this is some of the story you hear about from the Vietnam War and the children of American soldiers. Here you had a woman, she actually found her father, but now she's looking for her mother who's Chinese.
Vietnamese.
And Vietnamese.
Yes.
So have you ever had any way to find your mother? I mean,
No.
had you some clue?
I'm from Saigon.
Like the Chinese area, right? Cholon?
I don't know that much. My orphanage says Jadin, Hoa Binh Orphanage.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure my mom lives in Saigon.
Wow.
Because I was on the airplane in 1975. One airplane crashed, 3 made it to America.
Yeah,
I believe I'm on the last airplane.
Wow. So you end up in an American foster family?
Yes.
Wow.
And they later adopted me.
Wow. And so how come you find out about your real name and...
I have paperwork with me,
Yeah.
and my paperwork says right here.
Yeah.
My paperwork tells me that I'm from Hoa Binh.
Oh, so you're adoption paper.
Yeah. Well, this is from Vietnam.
Wow.
Okay. So Jadin.
So, but you came on a wait agency, the Halt?
I came in Operation Baby Lift.
All right.
In 1975.
So what year were you born?
Supposedly November 30, 69, but I know the date is wrong.
I know it's normally in Vietnam the people have the birth certificate 1 year after the.
It's
first
1
of the
year
war.
off. But in Asian culture, when you're born, you're considered 1 year old.
It's true. It's true.
So I believe I'm born in 68, not 69, because my dad arrived to Vietnam on March 8th of 67, and he left on March 4th of 68.
Amazing.
I could be 67, but I don't think so. I think I'm either 68 or 69, maybe November or December.
So you didn't really have any memory of Vietnam because you're such a small.
Do.
You had memories.
Yeah.
How was
I
it?
remember the last day of Vietnam, we were all looking for food.
The fall of
And then we
Saigon.
heard the siren.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. You take your time.
So I remember looking for food,
Yeah.
and then we heard the siren.
Mm. You just take it easy. Don't worry. You okay?
I need water.
Yeah. I
Look.
had water here.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I have allergy.
Yeah, that's no worry. That's human nature.
So I remember we were looking for food,
Yeah.
and it was daylight. We heard the siren.
Yeah.
When you hear the siren, you drop everything, you roll to hide, and you stay there until it's safe to come out.
Wow, but that was near the Tanzania Air Base, the airport, or what?
That was in Saigon.
Yeah.
And then when they got us, we all had to stand in line.
Wow.
And then they check your head, your eyes,
Wow.
they check your whole body. They said to go on an airplane. That was it.
So you just walk into the big airplane and you get lifted up.
Yes.
That must be like chaos for a small child.
It
like
was
you.
just, we were scared shitless. A lot of yelling, a lot of boom, 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 a lot of helicopter, people pushing.
So you saw the helicopter came flying over from the U.S. Embassy.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And the C-130 to take off.
Yeah, we were just all loaded up.
Wow.
But they were the Catholic nuns, the French missionary Catholic nuns there.
Wow.
So they were Americans and Vietnamese nuns.
I mean, so you ended up in the U.S. and now all these years after,
Yes.
do you feel you lost some kind of identity? I mean, do you speak Vietnamese at all?
I don't speak Vietnamese because I was raised by American. My husband's Chinese, speaks Vietnamese, so
Wow.
because I'm in America, it's just
But it's hard. It's hard for you. I mean, you are here with the other Amerasians, and I know you want to reconnect with your people because you have the same background. But at the same time, you grew up in the U.S., basically like American.
Right.
I mean, you had I guess you had American name and you had a Vietnamese birth name. But still, it's hard for you to connect with other Amerasians, or you feel different because you grew up here.
Because I'm such a positive person,
Mm-hmm.
you just go on living.
Wow, that's okay. That's really amazing story. I mean,
I found my American dad.
That's even more amazing. How did you find your father? I mean, what's the story about that?
My dad didn't know I exist. I had divine intervention. It was a very good reunion. I had 2 half Japanese brothers.
Half Japanese?
Yep.
Wow, you had a Greek father and you had 2 half Greek, half Japanese siblings.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It was. I had a very good family reunion. I go back every year.
Wow.
And COVID, I couldn't go back,
Sure.
but I plan on going back before this year is over. My American family, on my American dad,
Yeah.
they opened their arms to me.
Wow. I feel you. When I see all this tragic what happened events and what happened to the Amerasians in Vietnam, those came here. I think you're lucky.
Lucky, but not lucky, because when you're raised by the Americans, you lose your culture.
Of course, you lose who you are.
You lose your identity, but when the Amerasian came in 1990, you reconnect your past.
True.
Okay, so in my heart of hearts, as we get older, we look more like our parents.
Indeed.
Okay,
Of
so
course.
I've always wanted my mom.
Of course, she gave birth to you, and she is the one who took care of you in good and bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, do you have any kind of message to the future? I mean, you had all this kind of war going on, kids get born for having a foreign father, and
Well, I made a vow once I found out who my dad was, I would help any Amerasian look for the dad. When I want my mother.
thank you very much, and I appreciate you came here. And this story is one of the most another amazing Amerasian story, and I mean, if you see the photo of the father and her, I mean, it's wow. I mean, this is the whole.
And then this is my dad.
This is the book. This is the book of humanity, you know.
And then here's my dad right here in uniform. He's a Marine.
Wow.
Okay, so it's just
It's beautiful.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Brian.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Finish.